Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your man, Governor Wildstar. Hey, and welcome to a very incredible exclusive. I guess we'll call this Election Day exclusive, where we'll be talking about a little bit of the pandering that's been happening to get the black vote. So we're going to be talking about that here today. I appreciate all of you out there that are watching and will be watching in the future. Definitely, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're out there watching what I'm doing right here on YouTube, please be sure to hit that bell. Make sure that you're getting notifications and subscribe. Help me grow my audience, reach more people. We got to inform the masses about this movement and us wanting to bring more attention about those out here that are on the ground, the boots on the ground, the people that are actually pounding the pavement like yours truly. You don't want anybody out there serving you as a representative if they're not willing to put in the hard work as I do to actually meet people face to face, talk to them, bring them up to speed as far as what's going on in the world, especially with the world of politics that we could all care about, care less about more so. But yeah, like I said, just please be sure to subscribe. Help me hit my goal of 30,000 subscribers. What you can do to help in that effort is just share any of my videos, whether it be one of my viral videos of me getting arrested by the police or arguing with the damn judges in court. Share any of those videos, any of my debates, or any of my Black Side of Liberty podcasts, or any of these Governor Wildstar exclusives. Please be sure to, like I said, share my videos, spread the word, help more people out there in the world get involved, all right? And of course, be sure to head on over to my website, governorwildstar.com. Yes, it's right there at the bottom of your screen. If you haven't connected with me on social media yet, please definitely do so. Hit any of those social media icons, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Connect with your boy. Help me, again, grow my audience. We need to expand, get more people involved in what we're doing. The only way that we're going to be able to do that is if we're out there promoting this material. The fake news, they already got their outlets. CNN, Fox, all of them are just pretty much already set up for the left and the right to do all that they need. But we want to get everybody in between, anyone that has an objectionable opinion and informed. So yeah, please do your due diligence. And if you got any money, want to shoot it my way so I could definitely make this right here my day job, it would be nice if I could commit to doing this more often. And in order to do so, I need funding. So please click on that donate tab and make a contribution to me today, okay? And like my man TJ right here, definitely say something. What's up, TJ? How you doing out there, brother, man? Thank you for being here for this wonderful exclusive where we're again going to be just talking about what's going on with politics since election day is fast approaching, and there's a lot of bullshit going on out there. So appreciate you, TJ, for jumping in this conversation, because I have a very special guest who I'm going to be introducing to you now. I got my man, Brother Crumb for Crumb TV. What's up, Crumb? Thank you for being here with me, man.
Peace and love, brother. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, the honor is definitely all mine. My man Crumb right here, he be putting in work and making sure that people stay on the up and up and what's really going on, looking beyond the veil, and talking about the truths out there that we get watered down through the media or get ignored altogether, so definitely check him out right here on Crumb TV on YouTube. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to my man's channel, okay? And connect with him on Facebook and Instagram as well. Information right there at the bottom of the screen. So Brother Crumb, did you want to introduce yourself or talk a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I go by the moniker Your Humble Brother Crumb.
All right.
And also, I profess to be the internet's favorite racist. So just to give you an idea that, I'm no better than anybody else, but if you don't take a stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So I'm taking a stand for us, and I'm just trying to be as unapologetic about it as well. As the good brother said, I am on Facebook on Crumb TV. I've got almost 60,000 followers, so thank you so much to everybody who checked me out over there. I don't even call it Facebook; I call it Racebook. It is what it is. I'm also on YouTube. I can only aspire for the 30,000 mark. I'm just a humble brother, not quite at the 20K mark, but we're getting there. I'm also on Instagram, and I grapple with the thought of even being a follower. Growing up, we didn't do that. So on Instagram, I asked the family to give me a Grammy. If you will, definitely check me out over there. Last but not least, I want to thank the brother because I am here with you, the Governor Wildstar, and I'm gracious.
Thank you, honorable brother. Crumb in the house, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for just being a part of this conversation, man, because you got a lot of knowledge and insight into what's really going on beyond the veil. I don't believe you're a racist. You know what I'm saying? From what I've learned about racism, we can be racial as Black people, but, being a racist tends to only apply to white supremacy. I hate to tell all of you people out there, do your studies and find out about how the institution of racism has damaged us all, Have you heard of Dr. Joy DeGruy?
Yes.
All right, great.
Traumatic slave disorder.
Exactly. Yeah, I had the honor of meeting her in person. Didn't really know what she was all about when I met her face to face, but I learned, I read her book afterwards, and it just opened my eyes to the institution, again, of racism. One of her lectures, she actually spoke about how racism, she asked her crowd, she said, anybody out there think, racism is a Black thing? And they raised their hand. She was like, who think it's a white thing? They raised their hand. And then she said, okay, so how has racism affected Black people? By, racism from white people affected Black people. And she went on the list, and people were talking about education and, getting bank loans and housing and all different ways that racism from white people have affected Black people. And then she said, okay, how has racism against white people by Black people affected them? And the crowd was silent, One of them said, fear, She's like, yeah, that's about it. You're just afraid of the Black person. But that's not a racial issue. That's simply, the fact that you just don't like who you like. And so, yeah, I mean, to have it broken down in such a way, Dr. Cress Welsing, with the ISIS papers. There's a lot of information out there for you guys to consume, And this man right here, like I said, check him out on Crumb TV on YouTube, because he definitely makes sure all of you stay on the up and up with all of that information. So one of the first things I wanted to talk to you about, Brother Crumb, is chattel slavery. Have you ever heard that term before?
Absolutely. Yes, I have.
All right, great. If you could tell the people out there, what is your interpretation of chattel slavery, what that means to you?
Indefinite slavery. Now, keep in mind, we've had several different. I'm trying to move this microphone. Sorry, family. We've had several different types of slavery. The original being called servitude,
right?
Where you would serve a time kind of like a prison sentence. However, you would serve it in a prison that was most familiar with the likes of Martha Stewart when she went to Camp Cupcake for her prison term. So, it's going to be involuntary servitude. Now, when you're dealing with chattel slavery, you're dealing with a whole new extreme form of slavery where not only you are born are in bondage for an indefinite amount of time, your whole bloodline, your whole heritage, your whole lineage will be enslaved. This is the chattel slavery, and it is different from any other slavery that we've seen. Typically, a free man, when he's born, his son is free. When a person is a slave, their child is not tied to that bondage, as we see in more modern terms.
Right, yeah. I mean, for you to break it down in such a way, it's pretty much textbook, because I actually have that definition for you people out there right here. Chattel slavery. You can just Google it. A chattel slave is an enslaved person who is owned forever and whose children and children's children are automatically enslaved. Chattel slaves are individuals treated as complete property to be bought and sold. Chattel slavery was supported and made legal by European governments and monarchs. So with that textbook definition right there being explained, with regards to, I guess, day-to-day life, hold on, I'm trying to get this back. All right, there we go. So no, I don't want that layout. There we go. All right. So with it being explained and you having an understanding of what that means, do you think we have grown into becoming chattel slaves by way of the banking system? It is a European institution that's been instilled in this country, the Federal Reserve Bank, and we are traded as the commodities on Wall Street by way of our Social Security number, and that keeps us enslaved into the system of debt, with us having to work, which is voluntary servitude, or we have a service-based economy. So with it, instead of you being an involuntary or getting involved in involuntary servitude, voluntary servitude is going out there and working. But they can enslave you by this debt, the national debt, since the Federal Reserve is a private bank, central banking system owned by the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Morgan family, etc. They loan money to the people of America. We then go out, bust our ass at a job, paying back that debt by way of taxation and just use of that money in itself. And it's sad that not a lot of people don't know this, but I guess that's what we're here for, to inform them as to how they are new slaves living in today. Even Kanye West, new slaves, And yeah, so with that in mind, I want to talk about the next issue, because our president right now has introduced a plan to supposedly save Black America. Okay, he's calling it the Platinum Plan. And this Platinum Plan is supposed to provide a whole bunch of economical assistance to the Black community. And I could explain it, but we do have the president here to explain it himself. So let's let him talk.
Call it the Platinum Plan. Platinum Plan. And that's a contract with Black Americans, and it's going to be something that people talk about for a long time to come. If you vote Republican over the next 4 years, we will create 3 million new jobs for the Black community. Open 500,000 new Black-owned businesses. Increase access to capital in Black communities by $500 billion. And this includes investing in community development, financial institutions, and minority depository institutions. Build up peaceful and safer urban neighborhoods with the highest standards of, and you know this, of policing. We want the highest standards. We have to have highest standards of policing. Bring even greater fairness to the justice system. We did criminal justice reform. We remember that. Even greater, we will create a national clemency project to right wrongful prosecutions and to pardon individuals who have reformed their life. We saw Alice, right? We love Alice. She had another 24 years to go. Can you believe it? She served 22 years. She had another 24 years to go. It was ridiculous. And she is a great woman. Creating ladder of opportunity for African American children by delivering school choice to every parent in America. So important. Give Black churches the ability to compete for federal resources for their communities. Bring better and tailored health care to address the historic disparities that we've had for so many years. You know that. This includes investing in treatments for kidney disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, sickle cell disease, and maternal mortality. Advance home ownership and wealth building in the Black community. Bring more manufacturing back to the USA, which we're doing anyway, and back to the inner cities, which have been largely forgotten, although not so much in the last 3 years when you get right down to it. Thank you. And Democrat policies that import low-wage foreign workers from overseas to replace Black workers in our inner cities. Joe Biden cares more about the citizens of foreign countries than he does about Black Americans living in our own country. I will always put Americans first. And
he's still rambling, but it was just about to be over, pretty much. And as I guess, as far as the breakdown of what he's talking about, because he said a lot, and he's right. Joe Biden hasn't done anything to help the Black community in all of forever that he's been in office, not only as a senator, but as vice president, hasn't done anything to help the Black community. So now you got the president of the United States, Trump ass, talking about he's going to give the Black community $500 million or something like that, investment projects. But we just said, if the country is borrowing money from a private bank, then he ain't giving us any money that we're not going to have to pay back at some point. We're still going to have to pay that back, and we're still being held liable for it. And he talked about job creation. Government don't create jobs. The private sector do. If you had your own, media company, you know what I'm saying, Brother Crumb, you would be able to provide jobs for people and employ them. You would be the job creator. Government didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, these are the simplicities of the inner workings of our economy that people don't really take into accordance. So hearing him talk about this platinum plan, what do you think about it? I mean, do you think that it's actually something that's going to benefit and help the Black community, or do you think it's not?
Not.
Any reason in particular?
Yeah. History.
Yeah. Number one, first and foremost, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, just hear him speak about, I guess, the bullet points of what this platinum plan is supposed to achieve. Because as the saying goes, as at the bottom of the screen, all that glitters ain't gold. In this case, platinum, you know? So what the president is talking about, this platinum plan, as beautiful as it sounds and as humanitarian as it seems to be, it's something that's going to harm the Black community in so many ways. I mean, like I said, if anything, it's going to send us further into debt and keeping us being chattel slaves of this federal central banking system, wouldn't you say?
Ask me that one more time, please.
I said, with this platinum plan, don't you think it'll send the Black community, especially since I guess that's who is geared to help, but all taxpayers in America, really, don't you think that it would help further us as being chattel slaves to the central banking system?
I mean, I'm not sure what's inside this Trojan horse, but it's a Trojan horse.
For sure. Yeah, and he's rolling it into every neighborhood that he can. And who knows if he's actually going to follow through. It's a campaign promise, just like he said he was going to build the wall and make China or make Mexico pay for it. Ended up being taxpayers paying for the damn wall. And there is no damn wall. There's, segments, but no damn wall. He promised that he was going to arrest Hillary Clinton, for all of her abuses of authority and all of that stuff, criminal behaviors. No arrest of Hillary Clinton. So it's another campaign promise by this president that I don't think will come to fruition. And if it does, like I said, will definitely be more damaging, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
And all right, so you you man, show words, a few words.
Well, I was going to chime in, but I know you were talking. I didn't want to cut you.
Oh, go ahead, please.
Well, when we look into history, we're going to see. Um, well, actually, here, let me ask you this: are you familiar with Reconstruction in this country?
As far as what, like redistricting?
As far as the Great Movement after 1865.
I'm not familiar with that. If you could educate me on that, I would appreciate it.
So after the Civil War with Abraham Lincoln, he put together what was called Reconstruction. Reconstruction was an agenda, a government initiative to mend the relations between Southerners, Southerners, Northerners, or what you will call rebels and Yankees, as well as blacks and whites, to repair all relations on all fronts, white relations on, the hemispheres, and race relations in the country. A part of the Reconstruction was reparations. Reparations was issued after the Civil War. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am. Reparations we never got.
No. Somebody received reparations.
Yeah.
It was the slave masters.
Ah.
The slave masters received reparations under Reconstruction.
Wow.
They put it in a couple of movies, but anyway, a part of Reconstruction for Black people was the Freedmen's Bureau. Can you pull up the Freedmen's Bureau, brother?
Freedmen's Bureau, will do. Continue.
So it was basically what he just said right then. That's what they said 152 years ago. But the issue with Black people is history doesn't repeat itself, brother. That's not true. History only repeats itself to those who do not know history. And the unfortunate reality is Black people don't know history. We just going off of what, the 24-hour news reel is spewing. Can we make that larger? I want to read this one for you, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. I'll be happy to. It says here, the Freedmen's Bureau, formerly known as the Bureau of Refugees, Freedmen, and Abandoned Lands, was established in 1865 by Congress to help millions of former Black slaves and poor whites in the South in the aftermath of the Civil War.
All right. Do you know what happened in terms of that government initiative?
What happened?
Nothing happened.
Well, it doesn't seem like it. Like you said, if that actually went towards aiding the slave masters, who I guess had a loss of property, then they would have been the ones that were compensated off of the wealth that was created by those slaves. We definitely didn't get our 40 acres and a mule that Abraham Lincoln promised, so I don't think it was effective in any way, shape, or form.
So next we have the Civil Rights Movement. How successful would you say the Civil Rights Movement is 40 years later? Do you feel like we have civil rights?
Not at all. I'm a civil rights activist, and I still have to go out there fighting for civility. Why is that not something that's being recognized here in the United States, especially when we've had arguments for it by so many different groups of people? It seems like there are groups that have their natural rights as human beings respected, but Black people seem to be the lowest on that totem pole. And police shootings are definitely a sign of that, seeing as Black people get shot and killed by cops, and there is no accountability, zero accountability for their actions,
Absolutely. So ultimately, what we're seeing is a dog and pony show where they say things to get us hyped up,
Right.
and they never follow through. The only reason I'm not interested in what Donald Trump is saying, because you've already had 4 years in office, and now you're going to tell me what you're about to do.
Right.
White people always talk about what they about to do when it
Right.
comes to you. Now, that was the whole issue with Obama. You know, matter of fact, it's not even that was the issue. Obama, you know, they never do anything of substance. Now, the reality of what we can conclude from that is that when we're dealing with politics, we're simply dealing, well, you know, there's a separation between church and state. The reason they've made that distinction. I'm sorry?
I said, not these days. They seem to blur the lines. You got politicians that actually promote their campaigns in churches to the congregation, you know, like Trump, pandering to the evangelical Christians out there, trying to make it seem like he really cares. He don't care.
Right. I was just referring to the actual legal policy,
Right.
Separation of church and state, where they themselves have made this distinction. Why would they make this distinction? Because when you're dealing with politics, you're dealing with religion. So for Black people, when we're dealing with politics, what type of religion are we dealing with? We are dealing with the Black white savior complex. Brother, I don't care if they gave us $1 quadrillion. Our people's problem is not money. Our people problem is the way we think. Do you know what percentage of people who hit the lotto go broke within 5 years?
Oh, I don't know, but I bet you it's high because they just spend it on, you know, extravagances and luxurious shit.
The overwhelming majority of all lottery winners go broke within the first 5 years. What is this telling us? The poor man's problem is not money. The poor man's problem is how he thinks. Right. I believe there was it may not, or it may have been an HBO series. A friend of mine told me about it because I don't watch TV. But there was this thing, it was really simple. Very interesting, but very simple. What if you gave a bum $1 million?
Wow.
So I don't know if it was HBO or Showtime or whatever, but they gave a bum $1 million and they just filmed him. Guess what happened at the end of the show?
Damn. Did he go broke, man? Because that would be a shame. That would be a travesty. But it happens all the time. You're right.
He went broke. So now, what are we dealing with if we can't get money from white people and white people are a savior? We're only dealing with a crutch.
Right.
No one can save you. What if I told you the person who is responsible and the only person who should be allowed to wipe your ass is you? Do not allow this white man to wipe the shit from your ass. That's your job.
Well, it seems like they're again making it seem like they care about us enough to clean up the streets, you know, and our problems, black people problems. I actually talked about that in another episode, but you're right. It's an empty promise, and for us to be reliant upon, you know, these people that are propping themselves up as saviors of our lives is investing too much. Investing too much reliance upon them, you know, because you're pretty much giving up who you are.
I would simply call it a white crutch.
Well, it seems like people out there appreciate the white crutch, and especially brother Ice Cube. I don't know if you heard about what's happened with Ice Cube, but Ice Cube actually introduced what's called a contract with Black America. So a few months back, he spoke on that. What's up?
Do you know why Ice Cube?
Why Ice Cube?
Same reason Cardi B. Same reason Kim Kardashian. Same reason Kanye. Same reason P. Diddy. What you are dealing with is niggers, Niggers. Niggers are starstruck and dick ride celebrities. When you follow entertainment, you're dealing with what? Entertainment.
Exactly, yeah.
Why are we not referring to Dr. Claude Anderson?
Right.
Because niggers like music. They want to sing and dance. You know, so I'm not interested in singing. I'm not interested in dancing. And I'm not going to have the CEO taking out the trash. I'm not going to listen to Kanye, Ice Cube, or any of these fake ass niggas. We got to get our real people to stand. No, it's not that we have to get our real people to stand up. When they want the respectable class of black people to take them seriously, they will bring respectable black people to the front. Fuck these rappers.
Exactly.
Fuck these actors. Fuck the entertainment class. Go get Dr. Claude Anderson. Go get Dr. Boyce Watkins. Go get, as you were saying, Dr. Joy DeGruy. Why do we not get them and we get these song and dance Negroes? Because those Negroes are bought and paid for. When you're talking about slavery, you're talking about a black man who has been bought, paid for, and performs. Ice Cube is a performer, aka a puppet.
Yeah.
Ice Cube has done nothing in his career other than entertain us.
And he definitely got a damn thing to help black people. At least nothing to get to where you can say it in specific. Other than give us, some music. Shit.
Ice Cube is a part of the machine. He's a part of the circus. He's a part of the Metrodome, the Terradome. He's the gladiator.
Right.
He's the guy, you're rooting for him, not because he's intelligent, not because he wrote a book or an essay, because he's a nigga. And who do you get to talk to the niggas? Other niggas.
Exactly.
I can't respectfully have a conversation with Ice Cube, Jay-Z, Kanye. Family. I don't fuck with rappers. I fuck with scholars. A reason why Crumb TV is special is because we don't do the nigga shit on Crumb TV.
Right.
When it's time to talk and sing and dance, when it's time to have a party, when it's time to get drunk, I'll talk to Ice Cube. When it's time to have a serious conversation about black economics and Dr. Claude Anderson, Umar Johnson, maybe even Tariq Nasheed, and they're not in the room. Yeah, you're just, you're pandering. Ice Cube is pandering because they think, hey, black people, matter of fact, my sister, she does voiceovers. So one of these Joe Biden campaigns hired her to do voiceovers for him. So, she had to do the voice drop. So the voice drop was Joe Biden is the realest. And then she did voiceovers for Joe Biden for white people. And it was Joe Biden. He's here for these points. This, there was talking points of why, when, whatever the voiceovers that she was supposed to do had meat and potatoes, and it didn't say that this is for white people. But when you're dealing with white people, you have to come with a serious person. You can't talk to white people and bring, I'm trying to think of somebody who we take as a joke. Rest in peace, but you can't bring Robin Williams. Because we understand Robin Williams is for a certain forum. You have to bring Nancy Pelosi. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to bring who's the other one? Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah.
Rudy Giuliani isn't a song and dance nigga. Rudy Giuliani's a serious person who is well established within a political forum.
Exactly.
Ice Cube is not well established within a political forum. Ice Cube is well established within a song and dance forum, and he's been hired, as he was before, to sing and dance.
Yeah.
So you singing and dancing Negroes who like that type of shit, we're gonna get that type of shit and pander to you. I don't take I don't allow Ice Cube to tell me anything about politics, just like I don't allow a broke man to give me investment advice.
You're right about that. Speaking of investment advice in the economy and just knowing about how money works in general, why aren't they talking to Thomas Sowell? He's respected by white people and he's a black man, but why didn't the Trump campaign consult Mr. Thomas Sowell on that? You know what I mean? Especially since he's a revered economist. And it would have been more effective, but you're absolutely right. They want a specific mouthpiece to go out there, say certain things, rouse people, get them, believing that he's really going to do something so they can show up to the polls and vote for his ass. But really, he ain't going to do shit. Like you said, man, he's been in office for 4 years. Now you want to talk about what you're going to do, when you had the power to do it this entire time, you don't really give a damn, So yeah, I mean, all this glittering with this damn platinum plan is definitely not gold, and it's not going to be anything that's going to help we the people. And as another saying goes, the road to hell is paved with gold.
Good intentions.
Yeah, good intentions, and they're definitely trying to take us there in a handbasket, because you got him up there. And like I said, with this partnership between Ice Cube to help with the platinum plan, because I guess they consulted him. He was actually approached by the Democrats and the Republicans. Supposedly the Democrats didn't want to hear him out, said we'll talk until after the election. And Republicans were the only ones that really sat down at the table with them. But this is the best that they could come up with. And even with the offer of reparations, like you said, they could throw as much money to us as possible. It's not going to help. Kanye West, during one of his crazy ass campaign speeches, talked about abortion. And he was saying how abortion is a problem in the inner cities, and the best way to help them, help mothers, expecting mothers, since the fathers aren't in the homes due to systematic racism, that each woman expecting a child should be given $1 million. Now, during the same time that he's making this pitch, to people, he mentioned how he was considering aborting his first child. Now, he's a multi-millionaire, I guess supposed billionaire now, and he still was considering abortion. So you're absolutely right. Money don't fix those problems, and it doesn't change the mentality. It doesn't change people's true desires, which is really going to come out one way or another. And if you want to have your child, you will have your child. I know people broke in the joke having a fucking kid because they want to bring life into this world, and they'll do anything to make sure that life is provided for and taken care of and protected, opposed to where these rich people are trying to make it seem like, money is going to fix anything. But shit, more money, more problems. Speaking of more money, more problems, you got your boy Puffy PDiddy up here talking about, he sat down with Charlemagne the God. I know how you feel about him. I saw one of your videos on Charlemagne, but he sat down with Q and was P. Diddy or whatever, and he was talking to him about, this election. Because at first Puffy was telling people, because this is the thing, these entertainers have millions of followers, millions, opposed to where you and I, the people on the street, the voices of the street, are getting ignored. And it's hard for us to grow our audience unless we're paying for promotions or, have one viral video that hopefully ends up attracting more people. But they have millions of followers and subscribers, supporters, etc. And they use those platforms to mobilize these people. So Puffy, way back in the 90s or whatever, he did the vote or die. And now, fast forward now, he's telling people to hold their vote. Well, also now he's saying that we should create our own political party, which he's calling our Black Party. And have you heard of the Our Black Party at all?
No,
Yeah.
sir.
So check out the website. I have it up here called Our Black Party. You guys want to check this out, okay? Because I went through it, and as good as this shit sounds, black people have a right to own their own politics, a right to fair and just criminal justice system, a right to economic equity. Sounds really good. Sounds all good. It asks for your name so you can get on the mailing list and sign up. The minute you hit sign up, it takes you to an Act Blue sign up form asking you for donations. I'll do it right here so you guys can see. All right, so once you enter your information, this pops up. They go straight to asking you for money, donations, which is ran by this company called Act Blue. All right, Act Blue is a software company or whatever that collects donations for Democratic candidates only. So here on his website, on his Our Black Party, you already catering towards supporting Democratic candidates. And during this interview with Charlamagne the God, that's what he was saying was, if black people want to avoid a race war, and white people, if they want to avoid a race war, to vote for Joe Biden. And he's using his platform again, as well as Charlamagne the God, to promote for black people to vote for Joe Biden. Even though on Charlamagne's show, you had Joe Biden say, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. So, you know, it's all of this prejudice that's coming out. And again, they're now only catering towards Democratic candidates. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm actually running as a Republican, but a libertarian Republican, because I'm a Libertarian Party member and I was the Libertarian candidate for governor. But I was basically shut out by the mainstream media because you know how people view third parties. They think you don't have a chance in hell. So now he's trying to establish this new third party with Our Black Party. But this company, Act Blue, gives their donations, a portion of their donations, to help Democratic candidates. So when you make a donation here on Our Black Party, a portion of that is going to go towards supporting Joe Biden and his campaign for president of the United States of America. Wouldn't you say that that's a bit underhanded? And because it's not honest, you know, they're not being straight up informed and telling us this information where our money is really going, right?
Well, let's, you know, there's a saying from the ancestors: consider the source of your water.
Wow, I like that.
So now, I don't know who is taking Puff Daddy seriously. Number one, I'm not taking no political advice from anybody named Puff Daddy. PDiddy or whatever he called himself.
Right.
You know, number two, there's a curse associated with Puff Daddy. Have you heard of that curse before?
No, you got to tell me about that, man.
All right, let's look at Puff Daddy's resume. Where's Biggie at?
Yeah, he's dead.
Where is Shine at?
Don't tell me he passed away too.
Where's Mace? Where's Mace?
Oh yeah, he's in the ether, man.
Where's Craig Mack? Where's Little Kim? Where's Total? Where's 112? Where's where's those girl groups? Where are the guy groups? There's a curse associated with Puff Daddy. If you go with Puff Daddy, you will be dead or in jail.
Damn.
Puff Daddy got a good track record for killing niggas. Now, this is the thing. Somebody says, I have confidence in Kanye. You can't get more niggerish than that. That's a very niggerish comment.
Oh, yeah, that Kanye. I mean, I don't even know why people would think that he has an opportunity to even be taken seriously. Like I said, how can you make comments about abortion and solving the issue of abortion, but not really taking it seriously yourself to where you consider killing your own child, but think money will solve the issue, you know?
Well, let's look at Kanye's resume when he said slavery was not a choice. Then he came out and said that rappers who sign record deals are slaves. So slavery was a choice. You said signing a record deal was slavery, and you signed a record deal?
Thank you. I mean, I'm a musician myself, and thankfully, God put me in the position to where I could be taken more seriously for my political efforts than my musicianship. So I'm thankful that I'm not on that level, you know. But one reasons why I'm not is because I know how to fucking read. And when I moved out to California at the age of 17 and started to get involved with Arista Records and Capitol Records and all these different record labels that wanted to sign me, I guess, I read the contract, and they all wanted to rape you, you know, as an artist. They want to take the majority of your royalties. So one thing I want to tell you guys about is when a record label signs an artist, they give them a signing bonus. Okay, so if it can be $1 million, it can be $5 million, or whatever the case may be, but they give you that signing bonus, and that's the money that you see these rappers, you know, buying cars and houses and watches and shit like that. You know, they get all these luxuries from that signing bonus. Well, one thing about it is you have to pay back those signing bonuses. And so unless you recuperate by way of album sales, you have to sell, you know, that amount of albums to pay back the loan that the record label pretty much just gave you. So I'm pretty sure that Kanye read that and was like, hey, just sign me up. I want the fame and fortune. I want all that comes with. And then since you're selling your soul, you know?
Kanye doesn't own his masters. Kanye is not a leader. Kanye is a follower. Kanye has a white zaddy. Kanye getting it up the butt like the rest of these Negroes on the plantation. Kanye ain't even Kanye's not even a runaway slave. Kanye's a house nigga who's comfortable after hours. Zaddy come in his room and butt break him willingly. You know, Kanye's a puppet. You know, we're sitting here following behind white people and black people perpetuating a white agenda. Okay, I'm not sure about that person.
Yeah, she said she's from Russia. So she's going to try to communicate with us, but she has to use Google Translator. Sure. Thank you for tuning in, Russia in the house. For sure. But man, continue.
A big shout out to Russia. I see y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. The Russian language was created by a black man. So every time you speak that language, you speak from a melanated perspective.
I love the shit that you drop, man. Continue, please.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely your favorite racist. And you know, if I could just clarify the favorite racist thing, I got that from none other than Archie Bunker. Have you ever heard of that man?
Yeah, of course.
Archie Bunker was considered America's favorite racist.
Yeah. Wow. Well, hey, resurrected in your own way, right?
Well, you know who was the diametric opposite of Archie?
Who's that?
The one whose show was birthed off of All in the Family, which was none other than what was that? Wait. First, let me sing the song from Archie Bunker, just to let y'all know how racist it was. Everybody pulled their weight. No need for a welfare state. Those were the days. But birthed from that show was, I think it was Moving On Up.
Good Times.
Oh, I'm sorry, who?
Good Times.
No. Good Times. Definitely not Good Times.
That was the call, right?
No, that was not Good Times. Good Times was I forgot the theme song of Good Times, but no, moving on up to the east side. I finally got my piece of the pie. That show was birthed from All in the Family. Have you watched those? Okay, but anyway, nonetheless, yeah.
The Jeffersons.
The Jeffersons, the maid from the Jeffersons was Lenny Kravitz's mother. But yeah, George Jefferson was the opposite of All in the Family. All in the Family birthed Good Times. The first debut of George Jefferson was on Good Times. He was the diametric opposite. Go back and watch the Jeffersons. He called his best friend a honky. He won't playing with him. But on the other side, Archie Bunker from All in the Family was overtly racist and tackled these things. Now, keep in mind, what we're talking about is prejudice. Racism is a power structure which you have to have institution. But when I say America's favorite racist or your favorite racist or the internet's favorite racist, I get that from Archie Bunker and the Jeffersons.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that little nugget knowledge right there. Speaking of nugget knowledge, I'm not smoking weed, people. I'm smoking hemp. Nugget Knowledge Hemp. So please check them out. They make contributions towards candidates like me. My man Dan Taxation and Steph Berman is running that. So any purchases of Nugget Knowledge Hemp goes towards funding campaigns like mine and Dan Berman, who is running for governor out there in Texas. So, but yeah, back to what I was saying about this political party that PDiddy put together. It actually is siphoning out funds to help Democratic organizations. Like I said, this Act Blue company. Reason why that may sound familiar to some of you out there is because they also collect the donations for Black Lives Matter. If you go to the Black Lives Matter website and click on donate, that will be an Act Blue donation form. So yeah, I mean, they got their pretty much their hands all in everything, but I don't really feel like P. Diddy's party is going to do anything to help Black people. You know, supposedly this is supposed to be a party that's going to help Black people, but if you're only focusing on Democrats who pretty much have targeted Black people by way of drug laws, gun laws, any type of laws that have pretty much existed are mainly supported by Democrats. I mean, even the reparations bill that they're out here pushing in California is supported by Shirley Weber, a longtime assembly member who is a Democrat. But this reparation bill is going to tax we the people, and we're going to have to pay more to pay back I guess whoever these African descendants of slaves are, if they can figure it out, because shit, not even Black people know their true roots or if they are a descendant of slaves. So,
I know I'm a descendant of slavery for a fact.
All right, you're doing more than most. I do too. I mean, I know I'm about 6 generations into my ancestry, so I'm still doing a little digging there. But yeah.
You can't go further back than 6 generations. You know why?
Why is that?
Because we've only been free for about 6 generations.
Well, I got to look into that because my great-great-grandparent, I believe, was around the early 1900s. And that's as far back as I gotten, you know. It's kind of hard to find records, you know, on our ancestry and our lineage, because a lot of that has been burned and doesn't exist anymore. They've been destroyed. They don't want us to know our true lineage as Black people here in this country. I know we could definitely dive deeper into that, but there's one thing I wanted to talk about. One other thing is Black people actually starting to support Black candidates, and especially those that aren't a Republican or Democrat. All right, so reason why I bring this up is because I'm involved in the recall Gavin Newsom process right now to petition and get the signatures needed to get him out of office. And I was out there tabling today and collecting signatures for that effort. And I had a sister walk up to me, one of our elders, and she said, you know, I like Gavin Newsom. And I said, why? You know, and she was like, I don't know, but I voted for him. I'm like, why didn't you vote for me? And she started laughing, believe it or not. And I said, no, for real. I ran for governor in 2018. I was the Libertarian candidate for governor. And, you know, one of the volunteers that was there with me said, yeah, he was the Libertarian Party candidate. She said, oh, I didn't know that. And I get that a lot, that Black people rely on mainstream media, the fake news, to tell them who their candidates are. Matter of fact, I was in the damn voter handbook. Had she looked in the book, there was a picture of me in the book, you know? So did she really care about supporting a Black man? Because she said, well, had I known for you, brother, I would have voted for you, you know? And she was like, I want to get our people in there. But do we really?
No, we don't. Brother, tell me this. At what point did Black people have the most politicians in office?
I would say very, very early in this country's history. You had wait, I even believe I forgot the story, but there were Black like a city that had all Black representatives, and they ended up like bombing the city or something happened and killed pretty much all of those politicians. Ended up voting in an entire new body that was all white. So I know this country definitely has a history with eliminating Black representation in many forms.
So with that said, we've already had Black people in office. The definition of insanity is to do the same thing again and expect different results. Not only have we already had Black people in office, I can go through a couple of names for you. So now we got a Black mayor of Atlanta, Lakeisha Lance Bottoms. We have a Black mayor of Compton. And I want to share with you, every Black mayor of Compton till this day, other than the current one in office, has been sent to federal prison.
Wow.
Marion J. Sims, mayor of Washington, D.C. I know you heard of him. The crackhead got busted and then got reelected.
Right.
I really hope our brothers and sisters haven't forgot about that, which I know we have. But anyway, Dr. Claude Anderson told us, matter of fact, when you're dealing with Gary, Indiana, the most populated, most Black city in America, only and number 2 beyond Gary, Indiana is Detroit, Michigan. The second most populated Black city in America. Number 3 being Washington, D.C., the third most populated Black city in America. Do you know all of those people who look like you and me are associated as minorities? When you have the 90% population,
right,
you call yourself the minority. In addition to that, those minorities, because it's not about what you do, it's about how you think, and how you think, and what you do is only a reflection of how you think. Right. So I don't care how many degrees you got, how astute you are, or politically savvy you may seem. Our issue is that we are integrated into a system as 13th Amendment citizens. We are minorities. If we want any change, the reality is what none of us want. I can't be a Democrat or a Republican. Until we throw that piece of shit Constitution in the trash, we won't have anything in this country. We are a 13th Amendment afterthought. We aren't even officially officials.
Right.
They vote every 25 years to determine if they still want us to be able to vote. We can't even officially vote in this country indefinitely.
Yeah.
Every 25 years they pass, they reconvene to say, should we still allow them to vote? Right. We aren't citizens.
Wow. Yeah, you're right.
But you're not going to have any black politicians come in America and say, throw the Constitution in the trash. For that reason, I'm communist.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, I believe it's all in the words and us bringing them to life. The Constitution is supposed to be a living document. And if you read it, and you're right, as far as the Bill of Rights, 13th Amendment, there definitely needs to be repealed. I don't even think it was fully ratified. But if it was,
it was ratified on December 6, 1860. I'm sorry, not 1865, but the state of Georgia was the 38th state to adopt it in their state constitution, making it 2/3 override and a federal law. It has been ratified, but a contract is only as good as the signer.
Exactly.
The devil can sign a contract. What does that mean?
Right. Contract with Black America, Ice Cube. But yeah, I mean, it is sad. You're right. I think the Black people that have gotten elected and haven't followed through are either ignorant of this information or they're bought out. They're sold out and don't really care about changing the status quo because they benefit from it, what's his name? David Cameron, is that his name? Breonna Taylor, the Attorney General, a Black man, pretty much came out straight out and said that my job is to make sure the police officers stay protected. Even though he's a Black man, he could care less about helping the Black community there. And that's because his job is on the line. He wants to be Attorney General and wants to continue to elevate in that political circle, Can
you pull up the Kerner report?
Kerner report, I'm on it.
Have you heard of that before?
No, I have not. So the Kerner report, it says here, let's see, is yeah, there we go. All right. The Kerner Commission, the National Advisory Commission on Civil Disorders, known as the Kerner Commission, after its chair, Governor Otto Kerner Jr. of Illinois, was an 11-member presidential commission established by, I believe, Lyndon B. Johnson, Executive Order 1365, to investigate the causes of the 67 race riots in the U.S. So break this down for me, my man.
Just go back. I'll go back. I think that, just hit back. That first one right there. Can you make the screen larger real quick?
Yes.
No, you didn't have to click it. But anyway, when we're dealing with the Kerner Commission, there's only one sentence in this damn near 8,000-page report.
Yikes.
Let me see. Can I share my screen? Do you mind?
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. How would I do
that? I can do it. Just give me just a second.
All right.
Just 1 second. Here we go. Kerner report, 2 separate countries. All right, so here we go. So this is the ultimate conclusion of white people investigating racism. So it says, now this is historymatters.gmu.edu. This is a scholastic source for anybody who is interested. Unless conditions were remedied, the commission warned the country faced, where's my mouse? I'm sorry. The country faced a ... The Kerner report delivered an indictment of white society for isolating and ... This is the sentence. Is moving toward, this country is moving toward 2 societies, one Black, one white, separate and unequal. They determined this a very, very long time ago, and they established it as, I'm not sharing my thing. I'm sorry. You got to share me.
Oh, there we go. My bad. I apologize.
No problem.
Wait, this one. There we go. Right?
No, that's not you just had my screen and you just put it on your screen. That's my screen.
Okay, go ahead. My bad. I apologize. That was the first time I ever had a screen share on here.
I got your back. So yeah, with that said, separate and unequal. This is, oh, now keep in mind, culture starts from the top all the way down. If you work at a shitty job, that's because the president is shitty. That's not because the cashier is shitty.
Right.
Culture starts from the top. So now, what is the top? The highest law of this land is the Constitution. Per the origination and founding of this country, it has always been two societies, separate and unequal. They have written themselves into the books as the master class, and until we take them down, there will be no remedy. Black people, according to the great and honorable Malcolm X, are flawed for one simple reason. We want a bloodless revolution, and that will not happen. You will not vote your way out of this problem. You will not march your way out of this problem. You will not pray your way out of this problem. We have to adopt the ideology of the real white people. Give me freedom or give me death. Black people are afraid to die. And more so, we are afraid to kill. In addition to that, we are afraid to do anything other than act within the white power structure. And as long as we are acting within the white power structure, we will always be in a white power structure.
Right. Wow. That's an incredible breakdown. It's sad, but true. You're absolutely right. And when you're looking at, I guess, the Black Lives Matter movement and them being out there and I guess supposedly pushing this revolution, who's the financier of that? George Soros, a multi-billionaire. And it's sad that you don't have many Black people involved in the Black Lives Matter movement actually educated on this information. So is it really a movement that's going to benefit us, and how?
Black Lives Matter is a gay movement for gay people with a label saying black, but meaning white. We are the only people who don't read code. White people, greatest superpower is practicing rhetoric. Black people still say remote control and refrigerator. We don't know about rhetoric. White people will talk your ass into a hole and you walk away feeling good, not knowing what the hell going on. When we're dealing with this government, I wanted to, especially at the highest level, I wanted to share my screen and educate the family on the Electoral College.
Mm-hmm.
The Electoral College, this is historycentral.com. My pet peeve is when Black people say, well, I appreciate your opinion, but I want to let the family know, had I not been born, this shit would have still been here, family. This ain't my opinion. This is the reality and the elephant in the room that you failed to address. Right. It says historycentral.com. Why the Electoral College by Mark Schulman, a German. The Electoral College was created for two reasons. The first, and I'm just going to talk because the family has problems understanding. The first purpose was to create a buffer between the population and the selection of a ... president. You do not elect presidents. That's not how the government works. And if any nigger out there thinks that, then they're only revealing their lack of understanding for the government. So now this is the way the Electoral College works for those who may not be aware. So matter of fact, majority rule is mob rule. Let me just pull that up real quick. Majority rule is mob rule. Majority rule is mob rule. I just want to show the family this real quickly.
Yeah, because another thing is, folks got a short attention span, and we're 1 hour, 8 minutes. Niggas stop at 20 minutes and be like, or 5 minutes, shit. Be like, oh no, y'all just talking too much.
Yeah, and I'm gonna end it in just a moment. I just want to share this with you really quickly. When we're dealing with the family, only 144,000 going to make it. The vast majority of our people, as well as all the people of the world, are destined for execution, death by slow, agitating means. We are our own worst enemies. And for someone like myself, I don't cater to the ignorant class. When people say, get to the point, I say, get the hell out of here.
Tell them.
Because we're dealing with Hydra. We're dealing with a very sophisticated creature. But when people are only accustomed to playing checkers, you're not allowed in a conversation where we talk about chess. Don't come in here, and it's better that you not come in at all. We don't deal with quantity. We deal with quality. So really quickly, and I'll let it go. When we're dealing with democracy, democracy is considered mob rule. So here it is. Democracy is nothing more than mob rule. That's why the Electoral College was created. So now have you ever heard the term faithless elector?
Somewhat. I'm not too familiar with it.
Faithless elector.
Definition.
Hold on. I'm sorry. So now when we're dealing with the Electoral College, if the state, which is a mob, according to politicians, if the mob, because keep in mind, America's dirty secret is black people are the majority. If the mob or the black people who are the majority vote in a way that the shadow government does not want them to vote for the president, the elector of that state does not have to vote for that person. So now your state, let's say it's Florida, the whole state of Florida voted red, but the electors of that state want to vote blue. If the elector of that state says, fuck your vote, they're called faithless electors. And it's not a if, but a when, because it has happened often. They've supposedly tried to create laws, but they cannot get past it. Here's the definition. In the United States presidential elections, a faithless elector is a member of the United States Electoral College who does not vote for the presidential or vice presidential candidate for whom they have pledged to vote. The state of Florida said they were going to vote for Trump, but the but the shadow government wanted Biden, so they said kiss my ass with that. So with that said, we cannot and we do not vote for presidents. We just happen to vote the way they want us to vote through illusion of inclusion. Do you know which president served more than 2 terms in office?
Oh, damn. I do not. Shit.
I'll tell you, don't worry. Franklin Delano Roosevelt served 4 terms in office. Watch this.
FDR.
Roosevelt, as president of the United States, was held on Saturday, January 20th, 1945. This was the 40th inauguration and marked the commencement of the 4th and final term of FDR, who had polio. Had he not died of polio while he was in office on that fourth term, he would have served a 5th term. Why is this important? Franklin Delano Roosevelt said presidents are selected, not elected. Let's see about this quote. Oh, sorry.
Damn.
So now, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, this is goodreads.com, quoted Franklin as saying, let me just highlight this. This is his words, not mine. Presidents are selected, not elected. Our people are very much niggerish. We have to acknowledge our issue before we can find a solution. We don't know shit about shit, and we just talking out our ass, and we vote in the way white people want us to vote because we're caught up in a grand illusion of shit that can't be furthermore from the truth and further are removed from the reality of what we are dealing with. We're dealing with a huge dog and pony show of people who want to keep themselves in power. That's why we're dealing with a two-party system where it always manages to be 2 white men. You never get somebody propped up by, black people. Hey, there's a maverick, there's a rogue, there's somebody who's running based off the people versus the Democratic nomination. We've never had any
of that.
We've always had these people brought to us by the machine.
Yes,
that is not a coincidence. It is a design in which we are only perpetuating our own slaughter by supporting the wolves that these sheep keep voting for. That's all I have to say, brother.
Damn, that was such a deep stab at it, man. But thank you so much for breaking that down like that. I mean, the faithless elector, yeah, you're right. They exist. And if they haven't pledged to vote for any candidate in particular, any political party, they can sway the vote, you know, and it's sad, but we put a lot of faith in the system, whether it be the electoral system, the educational system, you know, the healthcare system. And you have people lining up right now for this damn coronavirus vaccine, not knowing anything about, you know, the Tuskegee experiment, or what was that one chlamydia or something like that. All of these different diseases that have been tested out on Black people first.
Right. The Federal Drug Administration, FDA, was the same one who told you cigarettes were good for you. Those are the people telling you this vaccine is safe. Remember when that told you cigarettes were good for you? I see we got some elders on the line. Let's ask the elders. Elders, press 1 if you remember when white people at FDA told you cigarettes were good for you. Those are the same people co-signing these vaccines.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's sad because they continue to stay in power, and it feels like Black people are powerless and our hands are tied and we are lashing out in frustration, you know?
Black people are not powerless. The same people telling you to vote are the same people that are going to stimulate the economy in the fourth quarter through two major holidays. Which 2 major holidays keep this country afloat?
I would say Christmas and Valentine's Day.
Christmas and Thanksgiving. Don't forget Black Friday. We're dealing with economy. Black Friday and Christmas.
They sell a lot of shit on Valentine's Day too. Try to, but yeah, you're right. With regards to them focusing on those holidays in particular, and with it being right around the corner, a lot of people, that's all that they're focused on right now. And I guess it's like a mental escape. They try to use the holidays as a way to just get away from it all, but it's further drawing you in to debt.
Well, I'm sorry, not debt. We are the lifeline. We are the life. If we do not participate in Christmas this year, the government falls, brother. There will be no police. There will be no budget to pay police to shoot you. There will be no budget. You know, it's not that we're powerless, it's that we're stuck on stupid. The poor man problem isn't money. The poor man problem is how he spends his money. The biggest non-voter group in this country are the Asians. The Asians have sought economic remedy. They care not who is in power as long as they control the money. Where did the Asians get that from?
Right.
They got that from the Rothschild family, the ones who created the whole banking system. So now Black people are the stimulus check. We are the what keeps this country afloat. Rich people don't pay taxes. You know, Mexicans not paying taxes. Who's paying these taxes? Who's stimulating the economy to keep those people on the payroll? It's Black people. And keep in mind, the only reason I can't say it's Valentine's Day, because in America we're dealing with 4 quarters. America every single year, this is why Bitcoin is big. America every single year for the last, I think 16 years, something along those lines, maybe 20. For the last 20 years have operated for 3 quarters in the red. And there's only 1 quarter for the last almost 20 years that we've been in the black. And it's always the 4th quarter. This country is always about to go broke. They're always about to lose the game. We're always teetering on falling and collapsing, but we always get saved by 2 major holidays.
Wow.
We operate in the red during the last quarter of the year, and Black people save the day every single time. Oh, we're not powerless. We just stupid. Let's just be clear on that.
Damn, bro. Honorable brother Crumb, man. I appreciate all of your breakdowns and all of your astute information, because it has brought me up to speed with a lot of information that I probably either heard once or not heard at all. So I'm definitely going to be digging into the crates and be tapping you for some of that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I could benefit from it personally. And I know for certain all of you people out there could also. So like I said, please definitely connect with this man. If you haven't already, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to his damn channel, Crumb TV. All right. You see it right there at the bottom of your screen. You can also connect with him on Instagram and Facebook. Brother, I mean, I can't thank you enough for being a part of this conversation. The honor is truly all mine.
I'm your humble brother Crumb. I want to thank you, Governor Wildstar.
Oh, God bless you, man. I love you much, and definitely will be talking to you again. You take care until next time.
Last thing,
Yes, sir.
I don't vote, but if I do vote, if you see me over there, I'm voting for you, brother.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. All right. Well, I look forward to hopefully bringing you out to the polls if I get the opportunity again. You know, I will be there for you. Trust and believe that. Thank you so much again, and God bless you, brother, man. Take care until next time.
Peace.
All right, you guys, that again was the Honorable Brother Crumb, who you can find right here, like I said, on Facebook and on Instagram, Crumb TV _ for Instagram, but Crumb TV on Facebook and, of course, on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to his channel now. Like I said, us out here that are fighting for the truth and doing our best to keep each other informed on the true knowledge that we should all be educating ourselves on. We need to grow our audience, so we cannot do that without you. Please definitely be sure to subscribe to his channel now. Watch any and all of his videos, share those videos, let him become more known, more well known. Why is it that Rizza Islam is everywhere? Huh? All right, we got to make sure that my brother Crumb right there is having an opportunity to speak also. You know, we can grow our platform, but we definitely need you out there to make it happen. So speaking of which, please, of course, head on over to my website, governorwildstar.com, and y'all know what to do. Since I am running for governor of California, please be sure to check me out and make a contribution today. Give my man Crumb an opportunity to vote for me for governor of California. And what you can do is just head on over to crowdpack.com. I lost the information, my bad, wrong banner. But head over to crowdpack.com /C/Wildstar, the number 4 gov, okay, and make a contribution today. I certainly could use it because I'm trying to hit my goal of $10,000 so I can cover the basics, filing fees, and all of that good shit. But I need you out there to make it happen. So please make a small contribution today. $5, $10, $20, any dollars definitely helps towards bringing about that revolution. And thank you all for all of the comments. My man Brandnis out there, Marquis, says fourth quarter superpower. Yes, we need to make sure that this fourth quarter that we're holding our dollars and using those dollars wisely, like getting me into office. So I definitely appreciate all of your contributions, and hopefully I can tap someone such as the Honorable Brother Crumb to be on my administration. That would be something else. You know, we really want to turn the tides out here in California, but we need all of you out there to help make this happen. So please do your due diligence and participate in the election, you know, and vote. Vote third party. Vote any other party other than the establishment candidates. Red or blue, let's get away from that whole dynamic, that duopoly of believing that either one will help us. But we got to change things, and it starts first with you. So thank you, Mr. Yahoo, Brother Yahoo. Is that a confo? I hope I'm saying that correctly. You know what I mean? I'm still doing my best to learn how to pronunciate people's names and all of that good stuff. So I appreciate the correction if I'm not saying that correctly. But Brother Akanfo Yahoo says thank you to you. And my man Marky is dropping information on helping me get elected. Please, like I said, head on over to crowdpack.com /C/Wildstar4gov. Okay, Akanfo says, yes, sir. All right, I got it right. Thank you so much. And definitely be sure to get involved in the recall effort. If you live in California, head on over to recallgavin2020.com, print out that petition, sign that petition, and send that in as soon as possible. The deadline is coming up quick. It's November 17th. So we need to collect 1.5 million signatures before November 17th. I believe we just crossed the halfway mark according to the recall team. So we are still collecting those signatures. It's a last minute rush, but we couldn't do it without you. So please head on over to recallgavin2020.com. And like I said, get that petition circulated and signed off and sent in as soon as possible, okay? And all of you out there that were watching, dropping comments, like my man Marky here, Brandis, Akamfo, Nicole, let's see here, TJ, my man TJ in the house, Miss Mom, Lena Darrett all the way from Russia in the house, Jeremy Medley, Fina Benoan, candidate running for Senate out there in Hawaii. Be sure to connect with her. Watch my video with her, my interview with her on the Black Side of Liberty. Joe 32, Yeshuan, all of you guys. I appreciate all of the comments and all of you out there that were watching and didn't say a damn word. I appreciate all of you out there also for tuning in into this very special episode, because like I said, it's up to us to keep each other informed, and I'm very honored and humbled to have had the opportunity to speak with the Honorable Brother Crumb. So definitely please jump back in next time. Share this video. Definitely share this video. Please indeed. And let's spread the word and progress and grow, you know, and bring people into the know. That's what we got to do. So I'm going to get out of here and get something to eat since I don't tend to eat much. But I'm going to have some dinner with my wife, hang out with my son for a bit, and be back on the streets again back soon. So until then, you guys, I love you all. Long live liberty. I'm up out of here, and take care until next time. All right. Peace.